Mustang fans, we're back. We're back. Punting Hoops Insight. My name is Jarrey Foster. I'm here with co-host Nick Moore, Shawn Williams. It's another great day. It's a cold day today. How y'all
What
feeling?
up, Pony family? Man, like you said, trying to stay warm, dog. That's why I'm all
Yeah,
bundled up.
Extremely cold. I hate the cold, man. So let's get. I got the grill going too to keep me warm.
no, that's for sure. No, that's why we're gonna do it. So we're gonna do it. But now we're back to bring insight about the SMU basketball team, talk about the players, talk about the team, the environment, the community, the culture, and just bridge the gap between the fan base and what's actually going on the floor. So obviously, we talk about many things on the floor. We talk about how the team is playing, but for the most part, obviously, to give an outline, SMU is 14-4 right now, 5-2 in conference, 8-2 at home, 3-2 on the road, and they have a win streak of 3 games right now. So, very, very good place to be in halfway through the season. What kind of grade would you give the team from an overall perspective, being kind of halfway through the season?
And I think for me, the first thing I gotta say is boo beep, boo
Yeah,
boo.
yeah, that brought back them chills, Boopy.
He might have saved the season with that win, man. Because if you lose that game, that's a bad loss, on your tournament resume. But to win that game like he did, so right now I give it B plus. B right at a B plus. Still got some work to do, but to be 5-2 in the ACC right now ain't bad.
I'll give him an A minus just from them, like that aspect, that bounce back after having tough home game against Duke and then tough road game against North Carolina. So for them to, get back to the book, the game plan and getting that hard win, just like Shawn said on the road against Virginia. I mean, that was huge for the season.
That's right. That's right. That's right in the same lane that I'm thinking, just like kind of that A range of just like how they're able, like you said, Nick, to bounce back, but continue to play strategic basketball and still learning each other. But in a new conference, a lot of new players, but to only have 4 losses on the season, 2 of them to 2 really good teams in the ACC, 2 of the Blue Bloods. So just a perspective of the team right now. And we talk about the travel and it's win 3 games be on a three game win streak, 1 at home against Georgia Tech, and then 2 on the road, 1 at Virginia, and then 1 at Miami. When we were there, I know prospectively for me, when we traveled to a double road game, we usually came back. Mm-hmm. So like if we flew to, let's say, East Carolina, and then we had to go back to let's say a UCF. So we would fly to East Carolina, come back home to Dallas, practice a little, maybe for a day, and then go to Miami. But it has been seen that like they traveled to Virginia, flew right back down to Miami. Could have been for different restrictions, but what's y'all's perspective on travel with athletes? How was your experience? And what do you kind of think about that new perspective of kind of almost like in the NBA?
I love it because I got kind of accustomed to it overseas. Granted, we didn't take flights like the boys do in college, but just to stay on the road and just understand that, hey, like we have a long business trip. And if you think about it, it's just like business people in the world. They go from this city, stay, and then go to this city. So it's like, once you have that business trip, you might as well just stay on the road, tell the guys to bring some extra stuff. So then they already have their mind right. Granted, you do get some rest a little bit when you're on the flight traveling back and forth. But I mean, you're just giving your guys extra legs and extra time to prepare, to get treatment, to get extra sleep, just already headed down to the next spot, And then one of those things like Coach Brown, we always used to do is go smell the gym. Granted, whatever they want to do, you get to see the gym that you about to play in a little extra, so that does help the boys out, see depth perceptions and whatnot, as far as the rims, the court, because like you see a gym on TV, but then it's different when you get there.
That's a whole different ball game.
Nah, for sure, man. I think on the road is where teams grow at. So the more time you on the road, the more time you in an unfamiliar space. So all you got is each other. So that's where you grow at. I think we all got funny stories of us being on the road and being in hotels You talk about Coach Brown smell in the gym. His smell was more like a big sniff because we was in there for like 3 or 4 hours.
He said, "Hey, look, he'll tell us, oh, y'all can wear your travel suits, and all of a sudden we in there going fives. It's like, come on, man, we could just put on the practice uniforms."
LB for you, LB for you. No, that's real, man. No, I think, man, what they're doing with travel and just how Mr. Miller and all the donors are just like helping making the accessibility to perform at a higher level. That's just so impactful to the athletes. And like I said, that travel perspective and that travel kind of itinerary to go straight to the next road game is so smart. Saves miles, save airtime and stuff like that. But yeah, man, quickly, let's go ahead and break down some basketball. Man, I just had some keys to what we're kind of talking about over these next 3 games. I mean, over the past 3 games. Georgia Tech, for me, was really just like a clinic. I think their ball screen defense was just horrific. So we had a field day, which is, you know what I'm saying, setting screens, Traore even getting to the rim, rolling really hard. But we kind of just exploited that. Another key to these last 3 games, Boopy Miller, Boopy, we said it.
Yeah.
Boopy. Coming through, man, big time. His Virginia and Miami play were big. We're going to break that down. And then statistically, we have a record for this team that we're going to break down that they were able to accomplish against Miami this weekend. And then we're going to look forward into the Louisville game. But overall perspective that y'all have over the past 3 games, anything that stood out to you, Shawn?
Man, I think just speaking on the Virginia game, to win a game where things don't go right towards the end, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, that game could have been the game that cost us getting in the tournament. So to pull that one out was good to see because I think we were up 7, 2 minutes left to go, and they took the lead. And so to fight back and win, that one was cool. And also the Miami game just to dominate. And I know Miami's kind of down with Larinaga leaving or whatnot, but you win a game that you're supposed to win like you're supposed to win it. You know what I'm saying? And to see everybody to play well. So just quick tidbit about the team. Me watching we got 3 or 4 guards that can actually play basketball. And what I mean by that, like when I played for you, and I was strictly a role guy, you know, which is every team needs. But you got 3, you got Miller, you got Edwards, you got Harris, and then you got YK to come off the bench. You got 4 guards that can actually go do some stuff, which is tough to, you know, to have that and be successful. So I think this team, sky's the limit.
Yeah, that's good.
One thing that stands out to me, man, is looking at these numbers. And now that I'm a coach, I kind of like these numbers and stuff now too, right? I think we're playing really, really good inside-out basketball. And the reason why I say that is because if you look at this game, Georgia Tech, for instance, we had 27 points off of turnovers, right? So we running the floor, okay? We forced them to turn the ball over 20 times to our 10, right? So then that allows inside out, running the court, rim runners, right? Easy dunks, easy layups, but then kick out horse shots, you know what I mean, from the 3. And another thing that stands out to me from these last couple games is, man, like our guys are willing to do whatever it takes to win this game, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, we had 6 players in double digits, right? We had 6 players in double digits. And just like we've talked about in previous episodes, we're starting to find our leader. And who is that? Boopy, right?
He's coming through.
Like you know what I mean? He's coming through. He's facilitating stuff. He's taking big shots. He's getting his teammates involved. And I think down the stretch, we're going to even need that more. But it's nice to see that the guys are accepting of that.
Yep. And that's really when it comes to team psychology and winning. That's what it comes down to eventually the roles start to set into where they're supposed to go. Guys become and understand what they're supposed to do on a night in, night out basis. But one thing that really stood out to me in the Virginia game, and this just talks to the resilience of what you're talking about. We were up 7 with 5 minutes to go. Just had put the Virginia Cavaliers on a 0-point run, like just shut them down, put them on a cold streak for 5 minutes before that. but we eventually get down 4 with 18 seconds left to go in the game. So we understand basketball is about a game of runs. So you can't be emotionally attached to going up 10 points, 7 points, 11 points. And then, because immediately, once you get on that high, boom, the game is going to change just naturally. So what we were able to do, we were able to stay poised. So that shows what the coaching staff, what Coach Enfield is doing to prepare these guys for moments like this. Because around those 18 seconds, Bouvier came down, made a 3, fouled them. They went down, missed 2 free throws. And then that's when Boopy came down and hit the game winner. So to stay poised and to make big shots, and Boopy on that play that he made, he relocated. He kicked it. He got stopped going downhill. He kicked it, relocated, and got the shot that he wanted. So that just lets you know the player development that's happening from a large perspective. So.
What I like about before he hit that game winner is the play before he drove and had a clear layup, right? But he even kicked it out to BJ Edwards, right? Because the help came and gave him, you know what I mean? He turned in a great shot. We talk about them great shot. I mean, them good shots to great shots. That's what he did. So then that opened it up for the game winner because they didn't know what he was going to do. Is he going to shoot it? Is he going to kick it to another shooter? Just like Shawn said, man, we got so many threats on the court to where what is your game plan against us?
Yep. That makes sense. That's to it because when we played against Miami, the stat that we were talking about that really stood out, we were 69.2% from the field. That's making 45 of 65 shots. Think about going into a game and you're seeing a team only miss 20 shots.
That's wild.
65. They score 120 points doing it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it's like, hold on. But that is the highest field goal percentage in history in a road game with 60-plus attempts. So
that's awesome. Congratulations, fellas. That's huge.
Big time. That's big time. Big time team basketball. And that's one thing Coach Brown and Coach Jank, and we all preached as a culture of SMU basketball was to do it for your teammate and really just show that love. And that's what they were able to show. And that's the energy of basketball. So
to add, Ray, it's kind of crazy because you know who we played for. Man, can you imagine Larry Brown letting us score 120 points in the game? Like it wasn't
that would never happen. That would never. If we scored 70, that was 140. That was 140.
Right. Man,
but like going off of that, like you only achieve that goal on sharing the ball. And look at the assist that we had against Miami, man. 30 assists. That's unheard of. And once again, who do we got in double digits, bro? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have seven guys this game. Like we are sharing the wealth. Everybody's eating, bro. And it just shows that, like, I don't know if they had a conversation amongst themselves on the plane, the hotel, in the locker room, but something, or it's in the Kool-Aid, you know what I mean? Something, you know what I mean? Keep drinking the Kool-Aid or keep having them tough conversations, fellas, because whatever y'all doing, man, is working and it's a joy to watch.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But no, Mustang fans, thank you for tuning in. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with you in just a second. Mustang fans, we're back. Bringing back to you Pony Hoops Insight, episode 6, here with Nick Moore and Shawn Williams. Before we were just breaking down the last 3 games, SMU beating Georgia Tech at home, beating Virginia on the road, and then going down to Miami and South Beach and taking care of business. So now we want to kind of give you a little history about SMU basketball, not only just SMU basketball, but the conferences we played in. SMU over the past 10, 15 years have gone from the Conference USA into the American Athletic Conference and now into the Atlantic Coast Conference. So prior to going into the Athletic Coast Conference, even prior to the latter years in the American Athletic Conference, the beginning and the build of the American Athletic Conference was on teams like SMU, Houston, Louisville, UConn, Memphis, and you start to see what they were trying to build from the Conference USA. And we talk about the matchup with Louisville, and I'm going to come to my guys because I didn't get an opportunity to see that matchup. Louisville was in the ACC at that point, but my 2 guys right here, Nick and Shawn, they had an opportunity to see what that conference was like and what a matchup against a powerhouse like Louisville is like. Y'all have any share any story?
Let me paint a picture before you start, because this would have been your senior year in high school, so you was committed already. So this was sold out senior night. 2 seniors, Shawn Williams and Nick Russell. The whole crowd was going crazy. Jarrey Brown dressed in all black, the Godfather. We got Tony Romo in the building. We got Jason Witten in the building. We got DeMarco Murray in the building. It's sold out. Dave Miller sitting front row. And so we go out, we play in Louisville. They got Montrezl Harrell who made it to the league. They got Russ Smith, who was really good. So the game started out.
Peyton Seaver.
Peyton Seaver.
Oh, no, Peyton graduated before that. Never mind.
Yeah,
excuse me.
Right, I'm telling you, we started out 8-0, right? I had 6 points. Damn near my career high, right? I'm over there layup. And so we up by 8, and I think we up by 8-0. So the whole crowd going crazy. Moody, everybody's going crazy. Then all of a sudden, so my boy, me and Nick Russell argue about this all the time. And so whatever happened, we was up by like 8 or 10, and Russ Smith went in the phone booth and put on the Superman cape. And he just decided, like, oh, this Nick Russell guy, which is my guy, one of my best friends, he's just going to cook his ass. And so he just went on like a 30-point game. He threw up at halftime. Whoa. And like, so yeah, they spoiled my senior night. And 2 top 25 teams. But yeah, Nick, what you remember about that game?
Man, I remember that them coming in the building that I wanted to get our get back from us going to the Yum Center. Right, and they put a smacking on us, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that was a caliber team that we was trying to get to, you know? But I remember at home, halftime, it was a pretty close game. And, you know, like if it was a close game at halftime against a ranked opponent, typically we came out in the second half and we was lighting fire, you know what I mean? We was running it up, crowd going crazy. But for some reason, we could not get over the hump with Louisville, you know? And then just like you said, we was talking earlier, Russ must have got all that stuff out of his system at halftime throwing up, and then he just came. He kept on that Superman cape, and he came second half and just gave us the works. But I mean, that year, who wasn't he doing that against?
Right.
You know, we let an opportunity slip by us, but I mean, we continue to be good teams and stuff. But man, I just remember that was a team that they stayed true to themselves no matter what. Road, home, winning national championships.
They had won a national championship the year before.
Yeah, so you know, like they was never gonna fold. They never was gonna give up, and they would just show other teams like, "Yo, this is what it takes if you try and get to our level." You know what I'm saying? But
and they also had Terry Rozier on that team too. Terry Rozier.
They whole team went to the league. Yeah. You know what I mean? Some of them are still in the league. Some of them, you know what I mean, was there. You know what I mean? In and out burger, but still made it. You know, so I mean, just like I said, man, but it set us up for you know what I mean, success in the future playing them.
I think like those type programs, they're so rich in history. Anytime you get a chance to play up against them, and now SMU in the level that we put this program at, it's and the way it's being carried, it's almost it's looked at the same thing. So just as much as we're looking at Louisville on the map and on the schedule, they should be looking at SMU the same way. Right. And that's just a testament to what has been built. But all in all, man, just another top 25 matchup, a 25 matchup against that we're going to be playing against. SMU is going to be playing against number 25 Louisville tomorrow at 8 p.m. And I think it's just another opportunity for the Mustangs and the team to prove their worth. And then also just continue to capitalize on the teamwork that they've been playing with. I looked at Louisville and watched a little bit of film on them, man, and they're lengthy, they're rangy, they play on the move. All it's very spread-like. They have a couple bigs, very slender, athletic, and I think that, like you said, Nick, playing inside out and getting the ball touches across the court. Yeah, really going to put this team on a spindle because they're, in my opinion, a little bit undisciplined when it comes to fighting the ball and passes. So a lot of ball fakes and just a lot of those small attributes that you don't really think about that's going to win the game. So teams that you play like that, how do you get prepared for that, and what do practices look like?
I think for what the guys got to understand, though they are Louisville, this is not the Louisville of old. You know, if you know the last couple of years, Louisville has been trying to find their way back to being Louisville. So don't worry about the name on the front of the jersey. Just Just play the game because this team is good, but it's you know, it ain't like they do. You know, just do what we do, buy into our identity, and play the way we play. And at the end of the game, just give ourselves a chance to win it.
Yep. I just think it's going to come down to who controls the ball the most, who has the least turnovers, right? After watching Louisville, I think we match up very, very well with them. Mm-hmm. I think we match up better with Louisville than we do a Virginia, right? We like to get up and down the court. They do too. But I think that we're more fundamental, right? When it comes down to we have to slow down and actually play basketball, make them guard, right? So I think we'll have a advantage on that aspect. And I think the Mustangs win by 12 plus.
I like Bookie.
Bookie. I don't bet, but I'm betting.
Man. Shout out Kyle.
I like my money, bro. My three kids take my shit.
Yeah, man. That's how I go. For sure. No, man, it's a beautiful time, man. It's never gonna change. It's cold weather up there. Ain't nothing like coming down to Moody and it's cold outside. Got a little home court advantage with the weather, but it's probably nothing different being up there in Kentucky, man. I don't know if y'all go to school in Kentucky. I mean, you would you go there?
I don't know. I would try to invest with that NIL, bro. I'd try to invest in some of them stallions. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get money somehow. But hey, man, there's a lot of stuff going on our schedules and stuff. We didn't even say it. We forgot to say it, man. But happy MLK Day. You know,
yes, sir.
All them years, how the world has changed for Black people today's society, man. You know what I mean? Dr. Martin Luther King did a lot for us to pave a path for us to be able to do what we do. You know what I mean? So I want to say, you know, happy Martin Luther King's Day.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then I got one more thing. Who y'all got tonight? I know we wanted to see our ponies in it.
Right.
And y'all gonna get there here soon.
Yeah, next year.
So believe it like we do. But who y'all got tonight?
I'm gonna roll with Ohio State, man. I'm gonna roll with the
Buckeyes.
Hey, Hoosiers. I'm rocking with I'm rocking back with the Hoosiers, man. So I'm gonna go with Notre Dame. I'm going.
Yeah, back at the crib. I feel it. I mean, when it comes to Ohio State, you know they've been there. They're used to this. You know what I'm saying? Notre Dame trying to get back into the field, but you think they're gonna really pull it off?
Hey, man, look, they 7. What? Ohio State 8, so they're not really the underdogs, but to most people, they the underdogs. I'm a midget, so I'm going with the underdogs.
On the side note, SMU football is scheduled to play Notre Dame in 2026 in Indiana. I will be there.
You gonna go to South Bend? All right.
I'm gonna go to South Bend with my red on it. Talk so much trash.
Go a day earlier, and I tell Mama to get you some home cooked food, man.
There we go, man. Give me
We're only like 30 away.
No, for real. Thinking about that, like, how does that, like, the football team, what they were able to do this year, how does that impact scheduling? How does that impact, like, the notoriety of just, like, SMU of wanting to play and making those schedules in, like, non-conference? It not just for football, but, like, SMU is, like, now going to be looked at in other areas based on what they were able to do to get to the playoffs and play at that high of a level. What like, how does that look for other SMU programs in the school overall?
Man, I think we all can agree football is king. So when your football team and your football program is doing good, it helps every sport in the school. Like, I don't even know what the number is, but I guarantee our enrollment rose this past year just with the football team being on the national TV games, making it to the college playoffs, being on ESPN. Now they're saying we back like it's the 80s. So anytime your football team is having success is good for every sport. And the more money they make, the more money everybody makes on the program. The more the NIL with them. So the football rolling in dough and everybody getting paid.
I just think with the scheduling now, we're going to start to see some high caliber teams that we're playing in non-conference, right? You're still going to have to get your games in that are kind of like so-called practice games, you know what I mean? But I think we're going to see some scheduling to where we're actually playing some really tough teams in non-conference, and win or lose, it's not going to be a bad look.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If we win, like, yes, we beat them. If we lost, it's not going to be a bad loss.
Correct.
You get what I'm saying?
I don't know if it's gonna go viral or not, but Sarkisian at Texas, stop running. Call Ray Lashley, players.
Hey, stop running. Down 35.
You run. Give him the best quarterback in the country.
Talk to him.
Taylor can come too.
Yeah, anybody.
Hey,
Stop running.
go on, bring him with him. Go on, bring him with him.
Osmond next year.
Hey, no, we gonna talk for him, man. We gonna talk for him. But no, that's real, man.
Hey, man, what's crazy too is like, I don't like where I'm at in high school, man. I know y'all seen the stadium that my high school got, Melissa. It went viral. Man, what's crazy here is like we got a lot of defense and offensive linemen that hey, there's some teams looking at him. You know what I mean? Like Rep was down here not too long ago, and I wish I knew he was on campus because then I would, you know what I mean, I'd have snuck out of class and went and chopped up with them. But I had the big boy come to my class and was like, guess who was just here for me? And he was smiling. So I knew what time it was, you know?
Yeah.
But it's just like one of those things, like, man, it's getting exciting around here. And people, like we always talk about it, it's just not the Dallas community, man. I got people from outside of Texas hitting me up talking about, oh, I'm watching SMU game. I'm watching SMU game. Football, basketball, don't matter what it is, man. People are excited to see that red, white, and blue and the ponies, dog.
Yeah, logo.
Shout out to the ponies, man. Hey, shout out to the people, man. Hey, Rusty.
Then breakfast tacos.
Tacos.
Do you deliver out here?
Put that out there now. We just gonna put that out there now.
We got drones nowadays. You can fly them bad boys over here.
Listen to commercial, Rusty. Come on.
No, we're gonna be talking soon, but it's love. Hey, but another good podcast, man. It's always great to share the space with y'all to connect, talk about the SMU basketball community, and the whole program overall. It's great times. It's cold outside. Stay warm. Yep. But don't forget to support our Mustangs tomorrow night. Happy MLK Day. Shout out to my brothers here. Thank you for everything that you do, being great fathers, and just continue to be great people. But another great podcast, episode 6, man. Moody.
Good luck, fellas.
Yes, sir.
Good luck, man. Take my hat off to y'all.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate y'all, fellas.